So this is a Shinn Show without a harmonica, which is like, I don't know, a cat without claws or a dog without dog food. But nevertheless, we're doing what we can with what we've got. It is happening, no question about that. With me, live from Omaha, very special edition, live from Omaha. With me, Sarah Shinn, the daughter, Nicholas Shinn, the son. Hello.
Salam and good evening.
All right, very good. And so, Sarah, I think we should start, and Nick, with a confession that we had a great show yesterday.
Fantastic show, fam.
It was great. But
yeah, we were rolling out the hits.
Oh, we sure were. Uncle Guy was on fire. He was on fire. But unfortunately, we had a technical problem, and so the show didn't survive.
The technical problem is that we're idiots.
Well, it didn't work out. So, in any event, what we're doing now is, this is kind of take two, minus Guy, who's not feeling as well today. That happens. And
he's not feeling well because he had a successful neck surgery.
Yes, that's true. That is what happened. And so that's working out for him.
You want to know something that is cool?
What?
Well, I don't know about cool necessarily, but Opportunity died. It was a marvel of engineering.
It was.
Opportunity rover.
Yes.
On Mars.
Yes. Who says that America can't do great things, like landing an SUV on Mars and having it last 15 years when you thought it was going to last 90 days?
Go America. That's the kind of great that we need back in America. Make America great again in engineering.
Prepare for the future of patriotism.
The future of patriotism is now.
There was also that guy who killed the mountain lion with his bare hands.
Oh, yeah.
That's good news. That's news worth talking about.
So let's go ahead and just get right out there and talk for just a second about this mountain lion situation, because I'm pretty sure that this mountain lion was not like a full-grown mountain lion.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we discussed that the mountain lion was either starving and or a cub.
Yeah.
But I've heard conflicting stories. I've heard that it's starving, and I've heard that it's a cub.
Yeah, it's definitely a starving cub. But
yeah,
nevertheless,
it could be both. I guess those aren't mutually exclusive. But the man did he kill it?
Yeah, he killed it all right. He killed the hell out of it. I mean, he strangled that thing with his bare hands, fought it off. No, there's no question about whether or not he killed the mountain lion.
Okay. All right.
But it wasn't like a full-ass mountain lion. It was a teenaged mountain lion.
Adolescent.
Like a teenage mutant ninja mountain lion, if you will.
Which really makes his accomplishment even more impressive.
Not really. I mean, it's a 40-pound cat.
Yeah, but, most lions don't, I say lions, most mountain lions, most large cats of prey that live in the same area as humans don't attack humans unless they're starving, unless they're hungry already. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that definitely confirms that he was starving.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to diminish this man's lion-killing abilities, okay? He fucking killed that sumbitch with his bare hands, too. So, kudos to that guy. Hats off to all the people working there.
Well, I'm just going to say that while it's certainly impressive that he killed that mountain lion, it really wasn't a full-grown mountain lion. It would have been more impressive had it been a full-grown mountain lion.
It would have been more impressive if he had killed a full-grown, 100% healthy Kodiak bear with his bare hands. That would be more impressive.
Well, you're right. Well, it would be as impressive, certainly.
To be sure.
It'd be very impressive. But we can't have everything that we want. And certainly the idea that anyone could kill a grown-ass Kodiak bear with their bare hands is, well, that's just
ludicrous. Not a healthy one.
No, it's not possible. But good, hats off to them. And so, yeah, good news all around. I mean, if you consider, it's a glass half full type deal with Opportunity, right?
Again, I mean, it was supposed to last 90 days. It lasted 14 years. 14 years, I think.
15
years. That's pretty freaking impressive. I wish I had that kind of lifespan. They expect me to live about 80, 85 years, and instead I live for like 800. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, King, may you live forever. That's my motto.
Oh, opportunity.
Yes.
Opportunities. Maybe we'll, when we colonize Mars, we'll have like an opportunity hall or something. Maybe a statue. Some kind of, memorial.
Oh, no question about it. We're going to have I would think where its final resting place will be the
park or something.
Yeah, Mars National Park.
Yeah. Opportunity National Park.
Right. Opportunity Martian National Park. Martian Opportunity National Park. Mont. I don't know. We'll get the initials right.
Yeah, once we get the council together. The Council of Mars.
Yeah, the Council of Mars.
Why'd you put an R in it? Because it was like what did you say? Martian Opportunity National Park? That's MOMP.
That's what I said. I didn't say Mormp.
You did say Morp.
Oh, I meant Marnt. Mop. I don't know. We got to figure out some kind of way where, the initial spell Mars, but right now we don't have that yet. Well, we've got hundreds of years to think about. I mean, who thinks we're actually going to get to Mars before 2040? Anybody?
I'm not 100%. I mean,
20 years from now? Hell no.
We might have humans on Mars, but not like in a permanent setting. They might be there like a whole moon landing type, maybe to start building some kind of station, you know what I mean, or permanent structure.
So you think we will have people on Mars by 2040?
2040? Yeah, maybe. Not for like an extended period of time. I don't know. How long does it take to get to Mars?
Well, it takes,
long time, right?
About 9 months, depending. I think when it's closest to the Earth, I think it's a minimum of 6 months journey. I'm
far from any kind of space engineer, but so there has to be enough people there to build something or do something. So there has to be enough food for those people. So there has to be enough storage space for that food. So the ship has to become bigger, which means they need more fuel. So they need more space to store the fuel. I think it becomes a more expensive and complicated problem when you try to chart long trips like that.
All of which is to say that I'm not sure that's going to happen in 20 years. And for sure, it will not happen if our sovereign nations don't work together to get it there. No one nation is going to make it to Mars by itself.
I don't know, dog. All I know is that once you get there, if you grow potatoes with your own shit, you're going to make it. I saw The Martian.
As per The Martian.
Have you read The Martian?
Yes, I did. I did read The Martian by Andy Weir. Good book. Recommended. 4 of 5 stars. The only reason it's not 5 of 5 stars is that it posits a future in which the U.S. government actually functions in a way that gets people to Mars.
Yeah, we're not concerned about Mars right now. We're concerned about space military.
Oh, yeah.
Space Force.
Space Force, baby. I'm for it.
Cool.
Yeah.
What kind of guns do you can't use guns in space. They don't work, right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure guns don't work in zero gravity. Like, you need conventional gravity for conventional guns made on a planet with gravity.
No, I think guns would work in space. No, they'd work. They'd work fine.
I mean, I think you have combustion, and so therefore you still have propulsion. I think you as a person would move backwards at an equal rate that the bullet moves forward, I think, is how that works.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, wait a minute, though. You would need artificial atmosphere, I think, in order to make the combustion.
Yeah, for combustion. So the gunpowder wouldn't even work.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm Googling would a gun fire in space. What would happen if you shot a gun in space? Going to livescience.com for this.
Yeah, let's figure this out. I mean,
okay, so basically, right off the bat, you're right, Dad. Fires can't burn in the oxygen-free vacuum of space. Oh, wait, hold on. But guns can shoot.
Oh, well, great.
Modern ammunition contains its own oxidizer, a chemical that will trigger the explosion of gunpowder and thus the firing of a bullet wherever you are in the universe. No atmospheric oxygen required.
Okay, but if there's 0 G, do I also move backwards?
Well, that's neither.
The only difference between pulling the trigger on Earth and in space is the shape of the resulting smoke trail. In space, it would be an expanding sphere of smoke from the tip of the barrel.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's just physics right there. I would think the recoil would push you backwards if indeed you were in the vacuum of space, assuming you weren't tethered.
Yeah, so if you're floating freely in vacuum of space, Newton's third law dictates that the force exerted on the bullet will impart an equal and opposite force on the gun, and because you're holding the gun, you.
Yes, of course. But again, you're going to be tethered. I mean, you can't go out on a spacewalk without having every tool tethered.
Well, but what if you're, in some sort of dire situation that you've been cut free? Like, I assume that's why you have a gun in the first fucking place. Is there some sort of space pirate involved, and he has cut your tether?
That's a whole bunch of supposition that can't be proven. I mean, at the end of the day, it could just as easily be aliens.
Okay, so if the bullet moves forward at 1,000 meters per second, you, because you're much more massive than it is, will head the other way at only a few centimeters per second. With no way to stop yourself, assuming you're not tethered.
Yeah, but that whole formula does involve mass.
Yeah, and the bullet will go forever until it hits something.
Yeah, some mass, obviously. So what's comforting to me about that is that, assuming aliens have a physical shape, we can just take guns up to space. That's handy right there.
That is the moral of the story, is that firearms continue to solve everything.
Well, but wouldn't it? That's never been done. A gun has never been shot in space, so we don't know if the bullet would go as fast
As what?
As it would on Earth.
Well, why wouldn't it?
Because it's in zero gravity.
Yeah, which means that if it has been, propulsed by this combustion or whatever, then there's not gravity affecting it.
Yeah, so it would go faster.
Faster, you think?
Yeah, well, yeah. There'd be no atmospheric drag on it, you see.
All right. So their guns are even deadlier in space.
They're better.
Okay.
They're faster, they're funner, they're more powerful.
Guns 2.0.
All right.
We don't need any lasers in space, yo.
Gun foo.
We just need some Mod Deuces.
Old-fashioned projectiles.
Yeah. 50 cal, baby. We need to put a 50 cal on that International Space Station because that's the meeting of freedom.
Just for
Every
funsies.
astronaut needs a 6-shooter on his hip.
Well, I'm just saying that the space station should be defended against aliens.
Now, if you so does that make you think that maybe if aliens had weapons, they might just be not even laser weapons, just be regular like bullets, maybe in different shapes, but
I tell you what, I want to see that movie.
You mean like maybe a rhombus shape?
Yeah, maybe some kind of
rhombus shaped bullets or
like dodecahedron.
Right.
Disc.
Yeah, I could see that. Sure. Or perhaps even I don't know if a dodecahedron is maybe.
I guess it all depends on what materials you have, what resources you have access to, and with what abundancy on the planet you're from. We have a lot of metals, so they might make bullets out of different things.
Sure, like graphene, if they're advanced.
There's no reason to have laser weapons, to develop laser weapons if bullets were just as good and they're easier to make.
Well, here's the only reason that there actually is a military reason to make laser weapons right here on Earth. And that is that a laser weapon, presumably, you don't have to, reload it.
Oh, yeah. Well, but
so it's got a deep magazine.
You'd have to put another battery in it at some point, though, right?
At some point. I mean, that's why you want to develop that good Tesla battery tech, for your laser weapons.
Okay.
And you want to miniaturize it enough so you can put it on a shark. Because there's nothing more badass than a shark with a laser. Am I right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good reasons to develop lasers right here on Earth.
What you want is a shark with a laser, but that you've equipped with some sort of air-breathing technology.
Right.
And then you will have them in the hands of gorillas that you have trained to throw the sharks. And you could maybe put the lasers on some alligators, too.
Oh, yeah, that's badass.
Just have them posted up as sentries in certain places of geopolitical importance.
They're really like the 21st century gargoyles.
But here is a frightening thought. Okay, because that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, I think that's kind of ridiculous. But I'll tell you what is frightening. The idea of actual robots with, mounted lasers.
Well, I mean, that's not any more frightening than a person with a laser.
Well, no, you don't think so?
No. The robot
because
is
the robot doesn't fear death like a human might.
Yeah, the robot doesn't go to sleep. It doesn't,
Yeah, but a robot might also not do some sick ass things with that laser. What if a serial killer gets a hold of a laser gun? What's he gonna do with it? He's gonna do something with it. He's gonna do something.
Probably serial kill is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's gonna kill serially. Using maybe that gun is.
You know what though? How many serial killers are gonna have laser weapons? It's gonna be a pretty distinctive MO.
Yeah.
I'm just saying a robot with any kind of gun, laser, regular.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just as scary as a person with a gun too.
Or less scary from what you're saying. I mean, I will say this, right? So I own a robot vacuum cleaner. It's a little different than a robot with a laser.
Well, not much. All you got to do is duct tape a laser to the top of it. You now have a robot with a laser.
Right. A robot that will clean your hardwood floors and kill intruders.
Yeah.
At the same time. Now, that's handy. It is. But what I'm saying here is that even that, my robot vacuum, it doesn't last that long. It vacuums for, a couple hours, and then it's back to the charger.
Because it doesn't need to.
What do you mean it doesn't need to?
Well, it doesn't need how long?
It doesn't have that Tesla battery.
How many hours does it need to clean around your floors and shit? Like, they didn't make it with a very good battery because it doesn't need to be like some sort of groundbreaking 3-day-long cleaning experience in your fucking house.
Yes, it does. If you're going to put a laser on it, it does.
No.
Yeah.
No, I also have one of those robots, and they're loud as hell. I don't want it cleaning for 3 days in a row.
I don't know. Yeah, you do have one of those robots, but I would like to have it cleaning more frequently myself with a laser, just for general purposes. But look, that's neither here nor there. The point is that when we talk about lasers, there are some legitimate military reasons to develop them.
Sure, but also projectiles in space. Let's do it.
But also we don't actually need it for space weaponry because guns work in space. We've established that.
All right. I think we killed that topic dead, guys. Good job.
Yeah, well, we killed it with lasers and with conventional weapons.
Cool.
Right. And so we're letting you drive the train this week.
Yeah, you got to meet. What do you got for us, Nikki?
Why am I driving the train?
Well, because you got a phone in your hand, you're looking at it like you got something to say. That's why.
No, well, I got a couple of things.
Yeah.
Well, okay. All right. Don't be shy. Pitter patter.
Have you guys heard any other interesting things? Anything cool or fun? Have you heard anything?
You mean like through the rumor mill, or I mean just
at all?
Oh.
I mean, again, back to this Mars thing. So what company is it that was going to take people to Mars?
Well, SpaceX actually is supposedly
no.
But Mars One.
Mars One, yeah, Mars One went bankrupt, which is hilarious because they promised all these. They talked the big talk and couldn't back up even of the first step of the walk. So they were basically the Fire Festival of space, and they went bankrupt. So I found that, funny.
Yeah, well, the Fire Festival of Space. That's one way of putting it. The truth of the matter is that they never had a prayer. They were interviewing people, though. They certainly were. They were telling people that they were going to go to Mars. And
they had big dreams.
They sure did. So that's done. But on the subject of SpaceX announced this week that they have radically redesigned what they're calling the Starship. Instead of making it out of composite fiber, they're making it out of stainless steel. And in order for it to re-enter the atmosphere, it's going to have tiny pores that will bleed liquid upon re-entry into the Earth and Martian atmosphere.
What kind of liquid do you think?
Probably Jell-O. Maybe a space Jell-O.
Maybe some ice cream.
Right. Strawberry ice cream.
Strawberry ice cream is the best for keeping your thermodynamic plans and
whatnot. Yeah. For re-entry.
Yeah, for re-entry. There's a lot of fire.
Yeah.
And if your mouth's too spicy, you drink strawberry milk. That's the best one. So that just makes sense that when you're re-entering the atmosphere, you would use strawberry ice cream to, cool it down. Okay.
I did. So the last news thing that I have, it isn't really funny. It isn't funny at all. Yeah. Actually, it's pretty serious.
Yeah.
Was that there were a bunch of peaceful Buddhist protesters that were shot in China because, they're protesting for religion, and the Chinese Communist government is pretty against that.
Yeah. They're godless communists. Yeah. It's right in their manifesto.
So there was some graphic imagery that I was subjected to in my news feed, but, and I only mentioned that because we were talking about it not too long ago, that China's a bunch of godless communists.
They are a bunch of godless communists. There's no doubt about it. Not every China person.
No, but China as an entity is a godless communist.
Right. The Chinese government is filled with godless communists.
Godless heathens.
Yeah. So anyway, they are continuous. They continue to what's the word? Discriminate, I guess.
Yes, on the basis of religion.
Yes.
And they do.
Kill people. This week it's Buddhists.
It's what they do. Does this mean the pod's never going to make it in through the Great Firewall of China, do you think?
Hell no.
Don't think so.
I mean, our last name could get us in like a foothold in, but then once they realize that we misspelled it.
Yeah, that's true.
Then we're out.
I was, what other problem China has?
What's that?
Organ harvesting.
Yeah, you've talked about this before.
Have I?
Yeah,
Did I tell you about the vans? They got the mobile vans.
Yeah, it's some excruciating detail you've talked about Chinese organ harvesting.
Excruciating detail.
Well, we are talking about organ harvesting, you see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
that's it. That's all I got for news.
Yeah. Well, that's bad. I mean, the truth of the matter, the big news of the week is the whole, passing of the appropriations bill and the wall emergency and all that. But what are you going to do?
Quote unquote.
What are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to do? I'm not going to do anything.
The only thing you can do is try and vote for, the people who are going to best represent you, blah, 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 blah. If you're a millennial, go out and vote. That's all I have to say.
Vote your ass off.
Right. Vote early and vote often.
Yes.
That's
vote
what I
multiple
said.
Times under different aliases.
Absolutely.
Don't do that. That's illegal.
Is it? Well, I'm sorry. I thought if you got a few of your friends without green cards, just rounded them on up. No? No,
don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's the opposite of helpful.
Okay, got it.
Let me ask you a question. I got some interesting trivia here.
Trivia?
Let's do it.
Yeah, sometimes I see interesting things and then I just save it on my phone for this.
Yes.
But I don't ever usually get a way to shoehorn it in.
Well, shoehorn away, pal.
So
this is what happens when we're doing take two.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what we're here. First, let me ask you, what does the term con man come from?
It's from confidence. Confidence man. That's what it comes from.
Confidence trickster?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Well, have you guys ever heard of General Gregor McGregor?
That sounds like a fake name.
Well, it may be. I don't know. He
That's
was
not
born.
the point.
He was born on the 24th of December in 1786 and died in 1845. Lived a long life for someone who lived in that era.
99 years.
No, 59 years, based on my math.
99 years?
No, 59.
45?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Come
I
on,
misheard.
man.
I really misheard that. That's what we're going with.
Yeah, so he lived 59 years. Got it.
Anyway, he was a Scottish soldier, adventurer, and confidence trickster. Considered one of the biggest confidence tricks of all time is what this guy did. So he attempted from 1821 to 1837, to draw British and French investors and settlers to Poyet, a fictional Central American territory that he claimed to rule as Cazique. Okay, hundreds invested their savings in supposed Poyetian government bonds and land certificates, while about 250 emigrated to McGregor's invented country in 1822 to 1823.
So where'd they go?
Well, they went to America to find only an untouched jungle, and more than half of them died.
Well, wait a minute. To America?
Central America.
Got it. Yeah, so he disembarked him at like Belize or something.
Yeah, it was like, hey, there's this place on this map. I rule there. I'm the Cazique there. It's this fabulous empire that I've built and my father before me has done the same. And now we have riches and all these wonderful people here. And if you want to buy these Poyetian government bonds and land certificates, you'll have some land there waiting for you in my fabulous empire.
Right. As all you got to do is go clear it.
All you got to do, I just need three things: your credit card number, the 3 digits on the back, and the expiration date. And so they gave him those things, the 1700s equivalent of those things.
Right.
Money and heirlooms and golds and teeth and whatnot.
Right.
And then he was like, okay, off you go. I'll catch you over there later. I'll be back to rule as Cazique later.
I've got other investors to drum up, you see.
Yeah. And then they get to Central America and find a malaria-ridden jungle that is untouched except by locals, and more than half of them died.
Yeah. But what happened to the other half?
I assume they made it back.
Oh, they came back. They didn't just stay and establish the...
Maybe. I don't know. That part is not immediately clear to me.
Yeah, so that part is lost in history. But here's the point. The point is that this General Gregor McGregor, what a prick.
Yeah.
You can't pull cons like that anymore.
No, you have full, fresh new cons.
He did kind of have a decorated military career, though.
Well, there you go. I mean, soldiering's hard work.
And nobody thought to look into that while he was playing Cazique? That the prince, he was a prince in this, a foreign prince. Nobody thought that was weird.
Well, here's the thing. There wasn't really a background check. You couldn't really run his credit through, Experian.
You got to know a guy who knows a guy in the military. And
yeah.
You're like, hey, that guy looks like a guy I served with. He doesn't look like some weird foreign prince of some land that we've never heard of.
Right. He never referred to himself as Cazique when he was with the Coldstream Regiment, they'd say, for example. In any event, yeah, so my point here is that...
Okay, so here's what happened to him.
Oh.
A French court tried McGregor and 3 others for fraud in 1826 after he attempted a variation on the scheme there, but convicted only one of his associates. So, acquitted, McGregor attempted lesser Poyet schemes in London over the next decade. In 1838, he moved to Venezuela, where he was welcomed back as a hero.
So, in fact, he's a Venezuelan.
He was an officer in the British Army and served in the Peninsular War.
Yes.
Joined the Republican side of the Venezuelan War of Independence in 1812.
With Simon Bolivar, yes.
And quickly became a general. And his successes included a difficult month-long fighting retreat through northern Venezuela in 1816. So And he captured Amelia Island in 1817 under a mandate from revolutionary agents to conquer Florida from the Spanish. And there proclaimed a short-lived Republic of the Floridas.
Oh, so the guy just always wanted to rule a country. Can you blame him?
Yeah, so when he came back to Venezuela after scheming people for God knows how long, he was welcomed as a hero. And then he died in Caracas in 1845. Age 58, and was buried with full military honors in Caracas Cathedral.
Well, very good. So now, as we watch Venezuela coming apart at the seams, we can look back to the storied history of General Gregor McGregor and say, look, you guys were always susceptible to a bunch of scheming motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can say that.
Yeah, we can, with some historical authority.
With some historical certainty.
Yes, indeed. Well, thanks for bringing us up to speed on Gregor McGregor. General Gregor McGregor.
General Gregor McGregor.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thanks for that. Appreciate that.
Okay.
So, look, you and I saw Alita Battle Angel yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
We liked it.
Sex Robot 9000 is what it was.
It did at times, the movie, have a sex robot vibe. Although they did show the Alita Battle Angel robot naked several times, and it did not appear to have robot sex organs.
Nah, yeah, it didn't. It didn't.
Well, that's because it was built for battle.
Right.
Right. But when they named the movie Sex Robot 9000, how are you supposed to know that?
They didn't name it that, obviously.
Well, not it. They did it first.
That's the twist, isn't it?
Yes. Well, that's the twist, yes. No, so anyway, good flick, but all the criticism of that movie is that it was a big setup for the sequel, and I agree. He sets you up for the big climactic battle that does not come in this movie.
Yeah, but how else are you supposed to do a sequel?
What do you mean?
Aren't you supposed to, isn't the first movie, if you plan on doing a sequel right from the jump, because you can't fit it all in one movie, then doesn't the first movie set up the second movie?
Well, yes, of course, but there has to be some feeling of completion in the first movie.
Yeah, it does kind of, yeah. There's no, like, closure at the end of the first movie, for real.
I mean,
there are climactic battles. There are really,
Yeah.
I don't want to give spoilers or nothing, but there was a point where I knew, like, okay, this is the last guy she's going to kill right now.
See, I didn't get that. I thought, well, there's going to be one more guy she kills, you see. I thought.
Yeah, I know, but, it was getting late. The movie had been going on for a while. I was like, okay, so they're just going to
wrap it up right here.
Like, I knew she wasn't going to get to where she was trying to go, where everyone was trying to go in that movie, but you got to show what's up there, Yeah,
well, I am going to give one spoiler. So here's a spoiler alert. A spoiler is coming. The other thing that was kind of, frankly, disturbing about that film is they killed her boyfriend twice.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Two separate boyfriends, or
no, same one.
A resurrection piece in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, was a Yeah, we might as well just left him dead the first time.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I'm not sure I got that whole thing.
Yeah, that was maybe to really give her the tragedy twice.
Right. It was real sad.
Yeah.
Kill my boyfriend once. Shame on you.
Kill my boyfriend twice. I'm going to kill you, motherfucker.
I'm coming. I'm climbing up the facade of your building with using nothing but my fingers and my core strength.
Right.
Sneak into your window. I'm going to find you preferably while you're asleep, wearing nothing but a chicken mask.
In this scenario, who's wearing the chicken mask exactly?
The person climbing up the facade.
Oh, I see. I gotcha.
I thought somebody was sleeping with a chicken mask on.
Yeah, because that seemed odd.
No, you're wearing nothing but a chicken mask.
See.
Holding like some kind of cutlass or knife in between your teeth.
Oh, I see.
Which is especially difficult given the mask.
Right.
You press it through the mask and just bite down on it.
I mean, could I wear a loincloth in this scenario? Just hang the knife off of it?
No, but you can wear boots. Boots and a chicken mask.
Well, all right. Alita Battle
Angel. Alita Battle Angel. Check that shit out in theaters. I'm not doing it any justice.
Right. And after you're done with Alita Battle Angel, time to head on over for Ziff's in Invercargill, New Zealand. Relaxed continental dining in a contemporary atmosphere. Right next door to the throne room. Heavy tattoos after your heavy meal at Ziff's. Ziff's, proud sponsors of a Shinn Show. They don't know that.
They don't know it.
No, they don't.
Yet,
indeed. So much for. Did you see something on the movie shows or anything?
No. We went. So it was my birthday on Tuesday, and then it was Valentine's Day. So all I did this week was eat and eat, and that's pretty much it. I did skip lunch quite a bit this week, just because you can't have a heavy meal and then go also eat for lunch.
No.
Before we go get something to eat, we should get something to eat first.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore. My doctor said that it's not good for me anymore. So I've stopped doing that.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, I miss it, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure my lifespan will thank me later or something. I don't fucking know.
Probably.
So no, I didn't do anything. I mean, I've been watching Letterkenny, which is hilarious, but that's really about it.
Great show.
Well known. All right, very good. So much for that. Fights tonight.
Yes. So we have who we have? Velasquez.
Cain Velasquez versus Francis Ngannou is the main card.
Yeah.
That's the main card. I thought there was an undercard as well.
There was a guy we saw in Lincoln, James Vick, got beat.
He's not the
He's the undercard, isn't he?
yeah, he is the co-main. Yeah, he's James Vick versus Paul Felder.
So when we were in Lincoln, James Vick got knocked out by
Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, I was going to say I think he's a Nebraska native, I'm pretty sure.
No, he's not.
No? Is he from Denver?
I'll look that up, but I'm like 99% sure he is not from Nebraska.
Okay, well, whatever. He knocked Vic out, and Vic was visibly pissed about it because it happened pretty quick. So I'll be interested to see if he can redeem himself in this fight.
I see.
Born in Arizona.
Who? James Vick?
No, the
Justin
other guy.
Gaethje, the guy who knocked James Vick the fuck out at the UFC event we went to in Lincoln. But another interesting fight. There'll all be interesting fights, but the featherweight fight tonight is going to be Alex Caceres. Don't know if I'm saying that right. Versus Kron Gracie. It's always interesting to watch a Gracie fight.
Gracie of Gracie Gyms.
I see. And this is Kron Gracie.
Brazilian, yeah, Kron Gracie, of the Gracie family who invented Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I see. So Kron Gracie versus who?
Alex Caceres.
No, I know this is going to be a stupid question. These male or female fighters?
Male, because I was also confused.
Okay, got it.
But they're male, and they're mostly interesting because of the Gracie name attached to it.
I see. Very good.
There's only one female fight on the card tonight. That's Courtney Casey versus Cynthia Calvillo.
I see. And do we care about either of those fighters?
I don't.
I mean, we'll watch them.
We'll watch them, but we don't care about them. Now, I will say this. The Freddie Ngannou-Cain Velasquez fight.
Francis Ngannou.
I keep calling him Freddie, don't I?
Freddie. I don't know.
You want it to be Freddie so bad.
I sure do, but it's still Francis. It's just Francis. So Francis Ngannou-Cain Velasquez, that could be, it's going to go one of two ways, right? It's either going to be a knockout in the first, round. Yeah. Somebody's going to get touched up and get knocked the fuck out because they're big, heavy dudes. Or Cain Velasquez is going to take Freddie to the ground. Francis. He might take Freddie to the ground, too. We don't know.
He might get squarely.
But he's definitely going to take Francis to the ground or try and wear Francis's ass out and either TKO him there or choke him out.
Yeah, so for Ngannou to get a win, I think he does have to land a heavy hit.
Which he's known for doing, so we'll see. But Cain Velasquez knows that.
He knows
that that's Francis Ngannou's greatest weapon.
So he should be prepared for that.
Yeah, so he's going to – I guarantee you he's going to try to take it to the ground.
Yeah, unless Ngannou gets lucky, I think this is Velasquez's fight.
Yeah, so it's going to be one of these situations where he's going to rock in his slacks from here to Jamaica with a big haymaker, something like that.
Now, this dude that Kron Gracie is fighting, Kron Gracie's 4-0.
Okay, makes sense.
Undefeated. And this guy that he's fighting, Alex Caceres, is 14-11.
Yeah, so this is a classic case where you got a young up-and-coming fighter. You're going to give him a guy who has some experience, but who hasn't probably won a fight in 6 years. And, you expect Kron to beat his ass. I don't know what the odds are, but I'm sure it's plus 250 Kron.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
Am I in the ballpark there, do you think?
Yeah, I would say you are. I don't have the odds here.
So I know this is where we normally wrap it up, but we did a segment in version 1.0 that I really enjoyed, and I'm going to try and drag it back to life. I'm going to resurrect it here.
Yes.
And that segment was where Nick asked us questions and we answered them.
Okay.
I liked it, so let's just redo it. Sure, we've all heard each other's stories, but that's true for pretty much fucking everything that comes out of our mouths. So let's do it for the listeners.
No, I'm always surprised.
All right, what's
good point.
I'll try to do some different questions.
Different ones.
Because I can't really find the ones that I asked. I remember one of them. But...
I do. Well, I found one that you asked, but I don't remember the other one.
All right. Well,
you go ahead, Maestro.
Well, some of these are better than others, and what I mean by that is most of these are garbage. I'm on the Ask Reddit top page of all time, and these are all dumbass questions. Dumbass questions. Okay, so all right, I got one.
Okay.
I'm kind of like transmogrifying one I've seen here. So if you could have like a Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one type scenario, where you can't die, you're immortal, but every time the moonlight shines on you, you turn into a skeleton, would you do it?
Fuck yes, I would do it.
Yeah, and I'm going to throw in that you know how to break. At some point when you get tired of it, you can die when you want. But
I mean, here's the thing about Pirates of the Caribbean, though, is that they were always they were ravenous, right? They were ravenous, but they couldn't ever be sated because they were skeletons.
Yeah, they were the food turned to ash in their mouth, and the drink did the same.
I think I'd still do it.
Of a woman's touch and all that.
Because you know what you can do as a skeleton? You can still put knowledge in your empty noggin.
Knowledge.
Yeah. So I think I would do it. And I would get better clothes that look good on me as a skeleton.
Do you think you would
That's important. You want to look good, not like this rags, not like these grave rags,
Do you think all right, before I ask this follow-up question, what do you say, Dad?
No, hell no.
No?
No.
You wouldn't even try it, even though you could end it when you want?
No, I wouldn't. Why would I bother? I mean, you had me at you don't get to eat, drink, or have any pleasure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's just boom.
Pass. Hard pass.
So, do you think, Sarah, that your personality would change as a result of you not being able to feel anything anymore?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd be even more of a bitch than I usually am.
Yeah, I think so, to say the least. But do you think you would even be the same person after a couple 100 years?
Well, that's like a total. Okay, so that's a question, right? That's like a big. What's the word I'm looking for?
I guess you would probably be a different person, even if you could taste and all that.
I think that's just as long as you go through different phases in our short lifespan. Why the hell wouldn't we basically be different? I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago, let alone 250 from now. Yeah. Bring on the change, though.
Yeah, bring it on.
Okay.
You know what I can do as a skeleton without repercussion?
Gymnastics.
Yeah, well, that too. But I can go out into space. I'll be the first fucking astronaut.
Yeah, you could.
I'm undead. Bring it, baby.
If the shit goes wrong, you could definitely do like a Mars. What's it called? The fucking Andy Weir book.
Yeah,
the Martian situation.
You do a Martian situation, except you just build. You just find out how to build the rocket. You ain't got to worry about growing no food or nothing like that because you're a skeleton.
Right. Really, these are all pluses in my book.
I'm glad we've tied this back to space travel because, you would think undead skeletons. Why aren't we working harder to develop undead skeletons?
First.
Yeah. That's the question. We could send an undead skeleton into space. Really, we could send them on an interstellar journey. No problems.
But what if they just don't come back? What if they don't want to come back? What incentive do they have to come back?
What do we care?
They're going to get hungry eventually.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Point.
They're undead skeletons. Yeah. They live forever.
You're right. We do run a risk of colonizing the whole solar system and, in fact, the galaxy with undead skeletons.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they would reproduce.
Well,
they don't. You see, we are the originators. So
we just keep making them and keep sending them out into space.
Yeah.
Okay.
We put tracking homing beacons on them. But you can collect them later.
In all seriousness, instead of undead skeletons, there is a lot of discussion about instead of sending human beings out to Mars like that,
send some robots out that bitch.
Hey, man, opportunity done real good for us. I know there's
right. The undead skeletons are basically medieval robots. Let's be real.
Let's be real. Let's just get real about it.
All right. What about you, Nick? Would you take the leap?
Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. if I could, like, I know I'd get tired of it, but say after 50 years, I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. Like, and then I just end it. End the immortality. Break the curse. Maybe I have to go on some kind of swashbuckling adventure to break the curse. A la.
But you know what that sets you up for? That sets you up for a trilogy.
Maybe I would do, instead of a Pirates of the Caribbean thing where I have to get my ship back from a traitorous crew member and break the skeleton curse, instead of on the high seas, it's in space. We're doing this as
shit. Yeah, okay. Space pirates, get it?
Space skeleton pirates. I like it.
That would be the theme song, just that right there.
Glad we got a plan together for that. That's good. That's good.
Who's going to pitch that? Who's going to pitch that to Hollywood?
Oh, we'll just let them listen to the podcast. They'll figure it out.
All right.
Then they're going to rip it off. Then we're going to see a fucking preview for that in like 8 months. And then we're going to go, what the fuck? Where are our royalties? And then we can't prove that, we were the first ones to come up.
Well, actually, you can. You can use this. So the best way to, I learned this in my engineering courses, is the best way to prove an idea is to mail it to yourself, certified mail. And that way you have a receipt of date. And you could be like, look, can you prove that you did this before, September 3rd, 1990? Because I have a mailed letter that says that's when I thought of it. So this podcast could actually work in our favor in that way.
It sure could. Well, good talk, Nick.
One question on here, which is kind of just funny to me, is blind gay people. How did you know you were gay?
How do blind straight people know they're straight? That's a dumbass question from a dumbass creature.
Well, how do they? How do they know?
How does anybody know anything? If they're, that's a question that's based on a.
I guess maybe you like the sound of a man or a woman's voice. Could be one thing.
There you go. Speaking as a, by the way, well, not if you can't see them.
You can hear their gait. You can hear it.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Okay. All right. So here's something a little more thought provoking here, Sarah, that you might like. So no. Yeah. Okay. There it is. What kind of teenage bullshit probably happened at Hogwarts that isn't mentioned in the Harry Potter books?
Sex. A lot of sex.
True.
Like
magical.
I
of course.
always wondered, like, did they have like a health class at Hogwarts, or are they just expected to know how to use like their shield charms? Like,
Did she not write about the sex ed class because there's boys and girls living in dorms in the same magical castle together?
Well, there's a lot of magic going on at Hogwarts.
Yeah,
it's magical.
And to say nothing of the gay population.
Right. Hey, would you like to see my wand?
So, I'm sure there was plenty of petty thievery. They touched on that briefly when they stole the boom slang from Snape's closet. What other kind of drugs were in there?
Yeah, what about magical drugs?
Oh, shit, man. Drugs? You know that Fred and George Weasley did not come up with their pranks without getting a little high.
Right.
Yeah.
Potions class.
Yeah.
What exactly were all the magical potions? Indeed.
There were only 3 fucking teenagers figuring out how to save the world, and there were a lot of teenagers at Hogwarts. So there was a lot of tomfoolery happening.
Yeah. A ton of butterbeer drunk. I mean, they let them drink.
That is true. They let them drink when they were 13. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not. They don't do that.
Seems very irresponsible.
They don't do that in the UK, right?
Fast and loose.
That's just Mexico, right? They don't do that in the UK, do they?
I don't know if they do it in Mexico.
The drinking age in both Mexico and the UK is 18.
18?
Yes.
I thought it was 16.
No.
Man, yeah, they're not checking IDs in Mexico. We know they're not.
Okay. All right. Well, no need to, pile on Mexico.
No, we're not.
Hey, man, I'm not complaining. You do you, Mexico. I enjoyed that very much when I was there.
Right. When
to
I was
be clear,
12.
he was 18 when we.
I guess I was 18.
Yeah, that was some time ago.
Okay. Any more Hogwarts
related questions? Mischief, nonsense.
You don't want to open that because I could.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're right. I got another one, an interesting one, a compelling one.
Right.
Okay. What's the adult version of "There Is No Santa Claus"?
The adult version of there is, well, duh, there's no God. Hello, wake up.
Okay. I guess you're right.
That's a good one. Here's another one, is that you will not always get money back on your tax returns.
That's also true. Boy, oh boy, do I know that for sure. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's circle back around to atheism. Yeah, I mean, that's because I've often felt that it is interesting.
I remember having a conversation with you when I was 8 or 9 years old. I had a couple existential crises in 3rd grade. It was kind of a rough year for me.
Who doesn't?
But I distinctly remember we were having some conversation on religion, and you said something along the lines of, well, I don't like to think about hell. Like, heaven sounds nice, but hell sounds, terrible. I don't think hell exists. And I said, well, yeah, nobody wants to think hell exists because according to Christianity, we're all going there. So, yeah.
Did I say that?
Yes, you said that.
I'll be
to 8-year-old me.
Well, I said a lot of things to you.
I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that we've had this conversation.
Well, I would think that a parent would have a conversation with their child about religion. But yeah, so, I mean, I have seen in my adult life a number of, and I apologize right away for the blasphemy. So I'm sorry about that. But
blasphemy.
Right.
We've already established that we're all godless heathen here.
A little blasphemy in the evening.
Well, right.
Casual blasphemy.
No, it's not. It's intense. It's
all right, casual blasphemy is a good band name right there. That's a good band name. Casual blasphemy.
Yeah.
TV.
Right. And video. Yeah, anyway, so the point is there's a lot of similarities between Santa Claus and Jesus Christ.
Well, that's because Santa Claus was a saint.
Sandy Claus.
Well, that makes sense. That does make sense. All right,
okay.
good. Well, I feel better about that. I know I never really added that.
Two and two.
Yeah, I never got that.
Saint Nicholas. Yes.
But that's one of the reasons why I like Nightmare on Elm Street so much. So funny.
Nightmare Before Christmas is what he means.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. I was like, Nightmare on Elm Street is not a comedy. That shit really made me very scared when I was a child. Yeah. I was like, I can't even sleep now. Nowhere is safe.
I've read some books that I've never actually seen Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, it's scary.
Well, Nightmare Before Christmas, what I'm trying to get there is Sandy Claus. Ooh, I'm really scared.
Kidnap the Sandy Claus.
Yeah.
But it does provoke kind of an interesting concept of those holiday creatures only existing so long as people believe in them. Like there's a lot of I read a lot of fantasy books and all that, and there's a lot of them are based on humans' power to will things into existence. So I always thought that was a fun concept.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of truth to it too. I mean, so we will a lot of things into existence through the power of our mind and our speech.
Through our mind,
right?
Ventilate your mind with this brain bullet. All right.
Well, this has been an interesting and esoteric conversation. A little different than last night's pod.
Yeah. Lot less feces stories so far. There were at least 4 or 5 stories that involved a copious amount of feces.
Yeah, it's probably best that we skip the shit this particular podcast.
Yeah. But I got another question for you.
Oh, all right, I'm listening.
All right.
Right on.
Now I want you to really think about this one.
Okay.
This one's going to be a little tough. You're going to have to reach into the ether a little bit for this one. But what is an underrated combination?
Oh, peanut butter and honey, in my opinion. That's the most underrated combination on earth.
That's a good one.
The fruit of the gods. It's delicioso.
Ambrosia.
It is.
Yeah? Did you hear the question, Sarah?
I did. And I'll tell you the most unusual combination that I have tasted lately, but that I really like, is apples or pear slices, really thin apple or pear slices on grilled cheese.
Ooh, yes, enjoyable.
Apple or pear slices on grilled cheese, huh?
Yes.
That's right. It gives you kind of a sweet and crunch.
Yeah, the apple cheese, fruit cheese combination is well known. It's only sensible that you would combine.
Yeah, but grilled, though.
Well, yeah, that's unusual.
That's where it takes the next step.
Right. It's the natural evolution of cheese and fruit.
I also apparently I'm a coffee drinker now, which happened within the last 2 months or whatever.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But I had a frosted sugar cookie the other day with a cup of black coffee, and it was delicious.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
Yummy, yummy. Okay. I think I'll tell you mine. Mine is Fritos and cream cheese.
Spoken like a true, young bachelor.
Interesting, though. That's an interesting concept. I won't reject it out of hand.
It's so fucking good. What?
Yeah,
cream cheese? What about like flavored cream cheese? Like the dill and chives?
First off, have you ever tried it? Just regular Fritos with cream cheese.
No, I haven't. I have tried Fritos like a queso type situation. Fritos and queso.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was skeptical about it at first, too. But once you try it, you take a fucking block of cream cheese, you grab a bag of Fritos, and you take that Frito, and you dip it in that block of cream cheese, and you put that shit in your mouth, Jack. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, that is what you're talking about. I am totally convinced.
It's delicious. I know you'd love it. You'd eat a whole fucking block, man.
You know
I'll tell you what the top answer is, though, on this Ask Reddit.
Yeah.
The top answer is earplugs and live music.
I'll attest to that. Though.
From the experience once you get used to them, and you won't get tinnitus.
Yeah. My hearing loss wishes that I had started doing that earlier. I don't go to concerts anymore without earplugs.
Yeah, well, how else are you going to get those toughened eardrums?
It's the most popular answer.
Got to break them in order for them to heal.
I am definitely looking forward to hearing aids in probably 20, 25 years.
Yeah, well, probably me too, for a whole host of reasons. Concerts among them. All right. Anything else, Nick?
I got all kinds of shit.
We could keep going for days.
We should.
But I'm getting tired.
Yeah, we probably better wrap it.
All right. Let's wrap it up then.
Okay, very good. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, we're just going to wrap it up. Kids, good show.
Good show.
All right.